It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you. It is Monday, and here we are yet again. We're going to talk about some news. It's going to be chilly this morning, I think. So,
cold once again.
Yep. We'll all get back to work.
All right. In the news, a man described as a serial child molester will never leave prison. A Greene County judge sentenced him to 9 consecutive life sentences for abusing 6 girls under the age of 12. A jury convicted 53-year-old Edward Martinez of this horrific abuse over a 25-year period starting in 1996. The fire emergency in the Los Angeles area continues. The death toll is now at least 16 people from the wildfires. Extremely high wind, which really is fuel to the fires, is expected to return this week. We're talking sustained wind speeds of 50 miles per hour. Wow. Springfield-based Convoy of Hope is there. They've sent more than a dozen semis full of relief supplies. More are on the way. You can follow along with Convoy's response on social media and donate at convoy.org/fires. And of course, Ethan is back. Actually, our viewers never knew you left, did they? Because you were gone.
I was there over the
weekend.
I was in California.
Yeah,
if they followed Convoy on social media, they would have seen the video that I shot. I shot some videos while I was there. It's really unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. It's like just about every disaster that I'm able to go to with the Convoy team, you get an idea of what it is in your head because you see the video and you see the pictures on your phone. And then you get there and it's a whole different level because of typically how vast it is, how far it goes. A picture can only, a picture on a screen, you can only see what's in that photo. But when your eyes are there, you can see so much more. And the range, the distance that it goes of these fires. I was texting you as we were driving to the location, texting you pictures of the smoke coming up out of the mountains. And it's just so visible and intimidating, honestly, to see that smoke rising up and to know that that's people's lives. And we were walking around the rubble of people's lives. We were standing there where a family's house used to be and everything in it. There was a safe there and the safe was open, meaning that they were able to get their supplies out, whatever was in the safe. They were able to get out and take it with them. But and it's weird too by looking at neighborhoods because it'll be down the mountain a little bit. And we were in Altadena, which is a little bit outside Pasadena. And there would be a neighborhood and then there'd be one house burned down. And then you'd go another street and there'd be houses, 2 houses burned down in a row, another one standing. It's just so strange how it happens. And then behind 2 of the houses, like a long stretch of houses that were destroyed. So it's very strange, but there's a big need there. And it's not just all mansions. I know that's what maybe some people think that it's mansions in Palisades. There are some of those, but there are a lot of regular people too who are just living regular work-a-day lives like the rest of us. They just happen to live in Altadena where things are expensive. So they got to start over too. So it's tough. It's rough.
I saw a college roommate of mine lost her house or apartment really, but it was kind of crazy, because I haven't kept in close contact with her since graduation, but we're still friends on Facebook, and I was like, man, so wild.
I got to interview while I was there. I interviewed a pastor whose church was gone. The building they were in burned down. And he's out there trying to take care of other people and they don't have a place to congregate anymore.
Right.
It's crazy. Back here in our neck of the woods, though, a dramatic rescue on a lake over the weekend. A woman and her dog fell through the ice of the pond in front of Lakeshore Apartments off Kansas Expressway. You know that pond right there.
Yeah.
The woman's puppy went out on the ice. She was worried about it, so she went out after it. That didn't go well. She fell through. 911 was called. The water rescue team was able to pull them to shore. And then she was taken to the hospital to be checked out, but they think everybody's going to be okay.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And police officers are okay, but a police cruiser sustained major damage, likely totaled, after being hit by a semi. It happened over the weekend because of the snow. Osage Beach police car was parked on the Grand Glaze Bridge because of a crash involving a semi when another semi slid out of control and took out the police car. Again, fortunately, the officers there were not hurt. Now that lawmakers are back in session in Jefferson City, the effort to keep the Chiefs and Royals in the state of Missouri is picking up in earnest. The state of Kansas, meanwhile, is also working in earnest, putting on a hard press, trying to lure the teams by offering to pay for up to 70% of the price tag for new stadiums in that state, in Kansas. On their website, the Chiefs are now asking fans about renovations to Arrowhead and about a possible new stadium, what fans think about that. The survey is up through Friday. So far, more than 300,000 people have answered that survey. So you're welcome to go to the Chiefs page and check it out.
Weigh in. Okay.
Yeah.
These are the final hours in office for Missouri Governor Mike Parson. His term will officially come to an end at noon today. He is the state's 57th governor, and the First Lady, Teresa, they are planning to return home to Bolivar, the family farm in Bolivar, which I have been to. It's lovely. That's exciting for them. He posted a final message online talking about leaving office, saying that he and the First Lady pray for safety and health and happiness of all Missourians. He called the time in office there in the governor's mansion the privilege of their lives.
I really like them. I like, just as people, I like them. Sarah and I have gotten to know them a little bit over the years through covering news. And then he's been to Convoy several times. When we opened the new Convoy headquarters, he was there. I said, I think I called him when I was introducing him at a big event. I think I started calling him. And now, let's see, the governor of, do what?
What did you call him?
I was reading my notes and I was introducing him, and I got to, and now please welcome the governor of the United States of, and then I said, wait a minute, no, the governor of Missouri. I don't know what I was doing, but I just started introducing him, and I did that, so that was funny. But he's a great guy, and his wife is lovely. We only know them because Sarah covered him when he was sheriff in Polk County, right?
Yeah, I think it was when he was sheriff. He was sheriff, and then he was, I don't know, maybe he was like running for governor at the time. I just went out there a few different times for some reason.
Well, I mean, he's a governor, and he's from our area, so it's neat. It's neat that he's from here.
Right. And then I spoke a couple of times at events that he was at, and he was just very encouraging and kind.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they are. So it'll be nice to have
cool.
them back. I'm sure they're anxious to kind of get their lives back a little bit, because that's
Probably.
a 24/7 job.
So. Yeah.
So he's done a good job, and we thank him for his service, he and the First Lady. Now, by the way, we know who the Chiefs will play next weekend. They will take on the Houston Texans. The Chiefs enjoyed a bye week over the weekend, so a weekend of rest as the wild card games were taking place. They got to enjoy that. The Texans are the lowest seed to advance, so the number one seeded Chiefs get them at home next weekend in the round. And if you were with us last week, you will recall that we gave away tickets to that divisional round. We had a contest at aroundtheozarks.com, and Julie from Springfield won those tickets. So she's going to be enjoying the Chiefs-Texans game next weekend. Good for her.
That's exciting. Go, Julie, go. And you know what I'm laughing at right now, Ethan, is that if I were inside your brain, I know exactly what you're thinking. You were thinking that you stacked the show and you did not put the two Chiefs stories together.
No, you know what I did?
You separated them with a story about the governor, and you're right now thinking, darn it, I missed that. And sometimes you miss it, and so you say it out loud, and then you're like, crap.
Well, I didn't miss it.
It's okay.
I didn't miss it. I thought about it, and it was a conscious decision because It was lawmakers and then the governor.
Oh.
Lawmakers are back in Jefferson City. That's what the
Right.
story was about. So now they're picking up the Chiefs thing.
Right.
The topic they're talking about is Chiefs, but the lawmakers are doing something. That led me to the governor and then the Chiefs, because I didn't want to do the governor after the Chiefs playing a football game.
Right.
Okay.
I
So
stand corrected.
I appreciate you calling that out. I'm happy to correct it.
If I were in your brain, I mean, it's only been 18 years. I don't know you as well as I thought I did. That's all. It's fine.
No, yeah, I mean, you're right. I did think about it, and I made I had to weigh that, and that's what won. I made a conscious decision. I've been a producer for many, many years.
All of the non-news, there's a lot of news types out there, so you understand.
Typically, Chiefs and Chiefs would go together.
Yeah, you try to keep the topics together.
But in this case, it was lawmakers and governor went together.
And if it bleeds, it leads. That's true.
It's always the roughest crime first, because that's really serious. You got to get past it.
Yep.
Like this horrific first story that we had today. Disgusting.
Yeah. And
but sometimes there's stuff we got to tell you about.
Then it gets better. So like this, are you ready? It was a pretty slow deer season when it comes to alternative methods of hunting. The 10,000 deer harvested was about down 2,400 from last year's total for the same time period. Archery season continues through Wednesday. So we'll see.
It does.
Yep. With the number
and then finally, this is what we call the kicker. It's in television news. It's the last story. And, recently they kind of did away with the kicker because they used all of the time for more serious stuff earlier, sometimes weather, because weather goes long and then you kill the kicker.
Yep.
But we don't have weather in this, so Ron Hurst cannot go long on us like he does.
And Abby Dyer is welcome to go long because there's nothing. She's
got her own window.
Time constraint.
Yeah, no, she's got her own window. People watch her the whole way through, and it doesn't affect our timing. But here's the kicker today. It's a neat story. It's a very unique piece of Missouri history up for auction right now. It's a gold medal from the 1904 Olympic Games held in St. Louis.
Wow. It's
in pristine condition, too. It has its own original ribbon. So the ribbon is still in good shape, original, and the leather case that it came in. That's cool. It was originally won by American Frederick Schul in the 110-meter hurdles, not the 100-meter hurdles.
Yeah, I was about to say that is an interesting little.
The 110-meter
why?
Hurdles.
I bet it's because they part of the competition is seeing how someone can do on the turn.
Oh, I don't know.
Because if you think about it, it's 100 yards, but if you add the 10, it's going to be half of the turn.
Half of the turn? It's a little bit of the turn. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they still have the 110-meter hurdles or if they changed the distance.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a full turn. It wouldn't be the full turn, but it'd be like a portion of it. Like you'd certainly, have to turn or you'd have to hurdle on a turn, I think.
You'd start it, yeah. At any rate, if you're interested in bidding on this thing, you better have more than $168,000 to spend on it, because that's what the bidding is at last time I checked, which was a few hours ago. Fascinating fact, by the way, to wrap up our Monday, the St. Louis Olympic Games were the very first in which a gold, silver, and bronze medal were handed out for first, second, and third place. Prior to that, I think they just gave out gold. But then it started back in 1904. We started rewarding the first losers. And now everybody gets a trophy. So we've devolved.
Well, thanks for joining us. We are super glad you are here. Thank you to our sponsors. Where would we be without the Springfield Greene County Park Board and Blue Current and Thompson Sales? We wouldn't be here. So thank you to them as well. And we hope to see you back here tomorrow morning.
Yep. We appreciate them. We appreciate you. We'll see you.
Bye.